You know, here's three lies you'll never hear on television. I mean, here's three truths you'll never hear on television from a corporate mainstream news source. You're never going to hear that Social Security doesn't add to the deficit, not one penny, never did, never will.
It doesn't?
Doesn't.
It's from a separate fund.
Doesn't. Separate funds, totally funded. You paid for it. It's yours. And now they're taking it away, and they're using it for other government stuff, which is bullshit. The other thing they won't tell you is that Medicare saves money. It doesn't cost us money. Medicare saves money. In fact, if you expanded Medicare to include people who were 60, it would save us all more money. It wouldn't cost more money.
Why?
Because Medicare is a more efficient healthcare system than private insurance companies. It actually has lower overhead, and it operates with less paperwork and all that stuff, so they can deliver healthcare for cheaper. And they don't even negotiate for drug prices. You know, there's a law that doesn't allow Medicare to negotiate with drug companies to get their drug prices lower for Medicare. Medicaid does. And if they allowed Medicare to negotiate like Medicaid does, it would save $160 billion over 10 years. Right there.
If they allowed them to negotiate for lower price, like we'll use your thing, but give us half price.
Yes, you have to give us the price you're giving Canada. Give us the price you're giving this country. Give us the price you're giving that. They're not allowed to do that because a lobbyist paid off the drug. They own the guys who make the laws, and they wrote a law that said you can't.
And they're doing that because they'll make some other reason up.
That's called crony capitalism. That's called crony capitalism, and that's exactly what's happening. So the capitalist buys the government to do his bidding and rig the system in his favor.
So Pfizer or some drug company will be like, hey, they're going to buy us stuff for less. But how about if we change the laws so they cannot negotiate with us and therefore have to pay full price? That's
exactly what they did. And here's another example of that, Ari.
Wow.
So do you remember when there was about 10 or 12 years ago, there was a bunch of senior citizens, there was a big problem where it was a phenomenon. They were crossing the border into Canada to buy their prescription drugs.
Yeah,
you don't hear about them doing that anymore, right?
Yeah.
And the reason is because the drug companies who bought the legislators passed a law that made that illegal.
Illegal to go up there and get
to do that. So guess what that means? That means that our government is no longer acting in the interest of its citizens, but it's acting in the interest of its corporation to the detriment of its citizens.
Yeah.
And I ask you, Ari, isn't that what the definition of fascism is? That's what fascism is, when the government and the corporation collude and screw the citizen and the worker.